Alright, welcome back everyone. Today we're going to talk about fonts and typing text. Okay, so let's begin. So in Photoshop, you can write whatever you want. You can select whatever font you want to select, whatever size. You can make full-on text designs. So in order to do that, you have to go here. So on the side toolbar, you'll click on this T logo. Okay, if you right-click it, you can see horizontal type tool, vertical type tool, vertical type mask tool, and horizontal type mask tool. So you can write horizontally like you would in a notebook, and also write vertically as well. So let's take a look at this one first. Okay, horizontal type tool. Okay, and there are two ways to type your text. You can simply click, okay, and by default, it'll give you lorem ipsum, which is kind of a placeholder for your future text in the world of design. Okay, so that's one way. The second way is by clicking and then dragging to make a field of text. So if you do that, okay, you get a whole paragraph. You can make this as big as you want. Okay, so I'll make one that covers the whole canvas. Okay, I can do something like this too, and I can just continue typing until it fills up the whole field. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at choosing your font. Okay. So here's lorem ipsum. Here's how you choose your font. Okay, it's up here and up there and also right here on the side. So you have three places where you can choose. Photoshop, the current version gives you this mini toolbar whenever you type. So you can just select it from here, or if you can select it from there too. Okay, so click on this arrow and then you can select from the list, okay, or you can just type it out like Times New Roman, okay, regular, and then this is your font size. Okay, let's do like 72. All right, and then here's your alignment. Okay, center, right. Okay, let's do center for now. Okay, and then you get more options. So this will be like paragraph spacing, okay, or leading. So here you can't see because it's only one line. So let's make a new one. Let's make a field right here. Let's set the size to like 30, okay, and then align it to the right, to the left, I mean. Okay, and then you can open this. Then you can set the leading or the line spacing. Okay, and then you also have tracking, which is the spacing between letters. Okay, so here's 200. Here's negative 100, and then here's default. So you can select these the spacing. Okay, bold, italics, underline. Okay, all standard stuff. All right, and then when you want to apply your changes, you simply have to click on this button up here, commit. Okay, and then it applies. You're going to see more options here. Okay, on the right. Okay, so character properties. Select your color. you can also select your like paragraph preferences, paragraph settings. Okay, so justification, alignment, things like that. You can have bullets and numbering. Then you get also other type options like capitalize all, or superscript, subscript, underline, strike through. All of this, they're here. All right, so take a look at this properties menu and play around with the settings. It works exactly like software like Microsoft Word, which I'm sure every single one of you have used, or Google Docs. These text settings are universal for every software, so you're gonna get the same exact options: bold, italics, underline, strike through, etc. All right. So let's say you want to change your color then. Okay, all you have to do, just double click, and then you can select the text in the text field, and then you can select your color up here. Okay, let's do like dark blue. All right, so it's dark blue now. You can also change the color individually. It doesn't have to be for the whole field, but you can change it for maybe even one letter. Okay, so let's make this maybe orange. All right, so all of that is possible. Works just like your word processing software. Okay, and then commit. All right, so let's look at downloading more fonts from Adobe Creative Cloud. Okay, so this is the Creative Cloud icon in your notification area. Okay, if you double click this icon, you're gonna get Adobe Creative Cloud. Creative Cloud Desktop is the name of the software. Or you can open it manually by going to Start and then Adobe Creative Cloud. Okay. All right, so like once you get in here, you're gonna see this button up here, fonts, and you can see the whole list of fonts that are added. Okay, so these are what I've added so far. Okay, by default, I think you only get a few extra fonts. So this will be where all the fonts will be displayed once you've installed or downloaded them. Okay. And to find new fonts, you have to go to Stock and Marketplace. And then by default, you'll land in the Fonts tab. Okay, so you can see a whole bunch of fonts here. Like it's a font showcase. Okay. So let's try this. Let's try this one, Screen. Okay, and then it'll open a page where you can download these fonts. Okay, so it says add family. It's a family of fonts, not just one font, because every font you get bold, italics, and different variations of the font, right? And you also get light fonts and heavy fonts. They're all part of the family. Okay, so this is one way to download. Okay, and then when you click on newest fonts, or you can click on any of them, really, browse all fonts too. Let's click on browse all fonts. You'll be brought to the font website in your browser, and from here you can add a font family as well. So I will add Big City Grotesque Pro. Okay, I'll click on add family, and it says fonts added to Adobe Apps. Okay, I click on OK, I'm gonna go back to Creative Cloud, and I'm gonna click on Fonts, and here it is, Big City Grotesque Pro. Okay, so as soon as you click on that Add Family button in your browser, it is instantly added. Okay, and then from here, you can also install these fonts, okay, for your non-Adobe apps as well. And if you want to use them immediately, you can just go back to Photoshop. So Big City Grotesque Pro, I'm gonna look for that font. Okay, so let's make a new field right there. Okay, I'm gonna make the font smaller, and Big City. Okay, so Big City Grotesque Pro. All right, and then you have the whole family of fonts. Hairline, italic, thin, okay, light, book, regular, okay, bold, black, heavy. All right, let's choose heavy, and you can just start using them immediately. It's very convenient, very quick. You no longer have to install the fonts individually by going into the Windows directory and then placing your font files there. Although you can do that, but now Windows 10 and Windows 11 also simplifies that process. So I'll show you how to do that next. Okay, so this is the website that we're going to use. It's called dafont.com. Okay, so DAFont.com. All right, and it's a website where you can download fonts from. You can browse from tens of thousands of fonts, and there's free for personal use fonts, and then there's free for commercial use, and then there's also fonts that you have to pay for, but most of them are free to download for personal use. Okay, so I'll show you how to download a font and install it. Okay, let's download this one. Okay, Milk Cream. Okay, so just click on download. All right, and all you have to do is in Windows, you have to access the fonts settings menu. Okay, so just type in fonts in your start menu, then you can get into font settings. Okay, once you're there, all you have to do is drag and drop to install. All right, so here's our downloaded file. Let's unzip it. Okay, so we're gonna extract into a folder. Okay, let's open it. Okay, so this is our font file, .otf file extension, and we're gonna click and drag this right there. Okay, and okay, so this font is called Milk Cream. Here it is. Okay, so these are all the installed fonts in Windows. It's called Milk Cream, right? So okay, there it is. Milk Cream Regular. Okay, let's try it out. Okay, so there it is. So that's how you install fonts in Windows. Alright, welcome back. Let's talk about Warp Text. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and delete all of these. Okay. Okay, Warp Text. Alright, I'm gonna type something here. Let's choose 72. Okay, I'm gonna just write Art 112. Intro to Digital Art. It's a little big. It doesn't fit in my field, right? So I'm just gonna resize my field. Okay, as easy as that. All right, let's change up our spacing. Okay, just do auto. Oh, gotta select all of it. Auto. Okay, and that's what you get. All right. Maybe I'll make it a little bit smaller, just so that it can fit horizontally. Okay, and then I'm gonna make this bigger. All right, so there it is. I'm gonna commit. Okay, so you get this you get this beautiful text. All right, let's warp it. Okay. The warp text tool is up here, right here. Okay, so you just click on it and then you get this warp text window. Okay, right now style is at none. There's no warping going on, but you can change to arc. Okay, that's what you get. Vertical, horizontal. Bend, horizontal distortion, vertical distortion. Okay. Arch or bulge. Okay, you can distort it in a lot of different ways. Vertical, horizontal. Can even do like fish eye. Something like that. Let's keep it simple for this one. Maybe just an arc. Alright, okay. And then commit. Alright. Let's make it smaller. Okay, so with the move tool, shortcut V, you can also resize. Okay, you can also transform your text just like your shapes. Okay, so here's your warp text. Alright, so that's how you warp your text. Play around with the settings, play around with the warp text tool. Okay, next, let's talk about the type mask tool. Alright, so here's my image. And let's use the okay, so right click the T, horizontal type mask tool. This works exactly like your type tool, except now you're making a mask. What this does is if you commit to your design, your text design, it creates a selection like this. And basically, I'm sure you all remember from the week prior, you can make shapes with the Marquee tool, right? This is exactly what this is. It's a Marquee tool, but in the shape of the font. Okay, which means we can move this around. Okay, we can move whatever you typed around, just like you could move your shapes. Okay, I will undo. Let's do a different one. Okay, I'm gonna make one right there. Alright, let's just type like Art112. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna change the font. Let's do an Amethyst regular 300. Okay. Alright, and to this, I will also apply the warp text tool. Okay. So, I will maybe make it an arch. Okay, like that. Maybe do a little bit of lower that and then do a little bit of this. Okay. Do a little bit of that too. And then I'm gonna apply. Okay, I'm gonna click OK. And then I'm gonna commit to it. And now you have a selection in the shape of your text. Okay, so now you can move it. You can even just get rid of it and you get this like white area that's a cutout. Okay, I'm gonna undo. One thing you can do, or a couple things you can do, is also you can turn this into a separate layer. So if I just move it, right, that's not a separate layer. It's all in one layer. All of this is happening in one layer, right? So what I'm gonna do is I will go to layer, new, layer via cut. Okay. Now what that does, it will cut that shape and place it into a different layer. Okay, so if I turn off the background, you get this. Okay, and if you turn off the layer, you get that. All right, so now the text or the shape of the text is in a separate layer, so you can do whatever you want with it. You can move it, you can manipulate it in any way. All right, so that's an option. Okay, I'm just gonna undo it, go back. All right, second thing you can do is go to layer, new, and then layer via copy. All right, and when you do that, you're placing that shape into a different layer, but you're not cutting it, you're copying it. Okay, so even if I turn off this text layer, nothing is cut out, right? You copied it, okay? But if I turn on this layer, the layer of the cutout, I mean, I can still do whatever I want to do with it, but your original image is retained, okay? All right, so those are some ways that you can use the type mask tool. You can also do, I mean, you don't even have to manipulate it physically. You can apply filters to this. So maybe I will go to image, or I'll go to filter, and then I will add some blur, okay? Gaussian blur. And then see, now I can blur just this area because it's a selection, right? It's not text, it's a selection, so you can just manipulate it in any way. Okay, you can even, we didn't get to this yet, but you can even like draw in it like that. Okay. All right, and you can deselect it. Okay. Or you can even go to image, adjustments, and just make adjustments within this area, within our selection. Okay, so maybe invert, and you get a selection of inverted colors. Okay, undo. Maybe I want to change the hue and saturation. Maybe I can boost the saturation, change the hue. Okay, you can do anything you want with it. It's just another selection. Okay, so play around with these functions, these features with the text tools, and I'll see you in the next lesson.